Oh, hey, I'm Nash, and today we're going to set up the CrossPeak 2. The CrossPeak 2 comes with a branded stuff sack and then a branded sack that's for the poles as well. Now to start, I always look around my camp and pick up any twigs, sharp objects, rocks. You just want to make sure you get all those out of there. The first thing I do is I'll grab probably around 4 stakes. We sell these really nice stakes. They're like a railroad spike style stake. And I'll put them in my pocket. And then I'll always set something on the tent stuff sack so it doesn't blow away too. So now that the tent is out, we're going to go ahead and lay it flat, kind of like this. There are highlighted accents at the end of the pole sleeves that mark the head side, and then the side that doesn't have any highlighted accents, that would be the foot side. The tent's got a slight taper just to shed some weight, but you can still fit multiple sleeping pad styles in it. So we're going to go ahead and take these poles out now. And they go together super easily. Have pretty strong ferrules here, and they're aluminum. I mean, they're the DAC NFL 8.7s. You can't do much better than that. All right, now that all my poles are set aside, I'm going to go ahead and grab the 2 main poles that make the majority of the structure of the tent. And when I'm putting these poles in, I always look towards my backside just to make sure that I'm not going to hit any rocks, snag it on anything, hit a tree. And then I'm quite simply going to push through. And then you'll get to the intersection here, and there's binding highlights that show you where the pole intersects and where it's supposed to meet. And you're going to go ahead and keep pushing. The sil nylon we use for the pole sleeves make it incredibly easy to do this action. When it's wet, they do get a little bit sticky. So you just want to be mindful of that, but all in all, it's a super simple tent to set up. Now that both poles are in, we're ready to place them into the grommets. And we chose grommets here because they're just such a simple thing to use. All right, now that the poles are in the grommets on the one side, we'll move over to the other side here. And now the head side has a ladder lock that lets you adjust the tension of your pole. You want to make sure that ladder lock's all the way loosened when you're setting the tent up, and then we'll tighten it later. So you'll see the tent start to take shape here. All right, now that your 2 main cross poles are in place, you're going to go ahead and do the center pole. And then the center pole, you just thread through this, pushing it through, and you make sure it goes over the 2 cross poles up here. And then you gently push it through the other side. Make sure the ladder lock on the one side is fully loosened. And then, once all the poles are in the grommets and everything, we'll come over to the head side and we're going to tighten the pole tension. To do that, I always place my foot right here and then thread my finger through the loop on the ladder lock, push my thumb against it, and then you just pull straight down. Now once all your poles are tensioned, you're going to go ahead and stake out 4 corners. You don't necessarily need to do this because it's a freestanding shelter, but it does help to optimize the pitch. So you'll run it through the little iron wire loops on either end. And then once those are all in place, now you can guy out the vestibules. And when we're doing this, I always start with my ladder lock loosened to about 1/3, giving me quite a bit of guy line there. And I'll come straight out. And then you just want to lightly get this taut. You don't want to reef on this. If you reef on this, you're honestly not doing much to the pitch. You're not tightening it at all. You'll actually deform it at this top cone right here. So you just do it just enough to snug it up and give you that vestibule room. Now, when you have it all staked out and everything, all the poles are tensioned correctly, when you go to open the door to put your stuff inside, one of the big things we want to note is when you open it, this door is going to get a little bit loose. Now, when this door gets loose, I think a consumer's first reaction is to reef on this to get it tight again. But then when you reef on it, you're putting a lot of tension on the zipper. And so I always keep it loose That way when I go to close it, I'll just put my finger up here under the pole tip, grab the zipper pull, and it zips down really easy. And it still gives you the perfect pitch. So yeah, that's the CrossPeak 2. You can check this tent and all of our other amazing gear out at hyperlightmountaingear.com.